Hello, hi Shivam Agarwal, Assistant Professor of James Greater Noida. So today we are here to learn about the information system management. Information system management is a BCom honors subject that is applied in the fifth semester of BCom honors. So as the name suggests, information system management. So we have to manage the information for our organization, and the system which manages the information is known as the information system management. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the introduction about the subject what we have read throughout this course. So we will discuss about these in this lecture. So the very first unit is the only about the introduction of MIS. We are saying MIS is the Management Information System. So the first is the definition of MIS, purpose and objective. Why we are using information system, what are the purpose of using of MIS and what are the objectives of using MIS. Basically MIS is generally used in organizations. So what is the role of MIS in business? Why I am using MIS in business? What are the advantages if I am used MIS in my business? Components of the MIS, what are the various components of MIS which we are used in our business? So all these things coming into a unit. First, introduction to MIS. Second is that information in decision making. Basically what is the role of information in decision making procedure? If I have a information, so what what kind of help will be I get from that information that is coming into a information in decision making. So basically a meaning and importance of decision information. What is the meaning of information? Why it is important for us? Source and types of information. What are the various types of information? What are the various source of the information from which we are getting the information? Relevance of information in decision making. What type of decision we want to make, that is relevant to information or not. Basically we are going with the information which we are getting with the decision or not. So all these things covered in the unit first part, and after that we will go to the unit second. And unit second is thoroughly about the database systems. So basically for storing information we have to manage a database system in every organization. So database management system is the main part of any organization in which we are as collecting all the information systems, files, logs, everything in our database management system. So in the second unit we will discuss about what is database management system, what are the properties of DBMS, what is the structure of DBMS, what are the advantages of using DBMS instead of file system. File system is that which we are using in 90s. That is we are maintaining registers for all the stuff. So for that, what are the advantage of using DBMS instead of file system? Structure of DBMS, and next one is the introduction to data models. What type of data models which we are using in database management system? ER diagram. ER diagram is the entity relationship diagram. Why we are using ER diagram? We will study about all these things. Introduction to RDBMS. RDBMS is a relational database management system where we are using two or more databases to connect with each other. That is the functions of RDBMS. And second part is the structure query language. Basically SQL is the language by which we can access anything from the database. Any for any person there will be a language by which we can access the information. If I am uh, talking in English, so my language is English. If I am talking in Hindi, my language is Hindi. So as such, the database language is SQL. So there are two type of language there are mainly two types of SQL. One is DDL SQL, another one is DML. So DDL is the data definition language where this is the language in which we are defining the data. Okay, what type of data is there, what characters it can store, what type, where, what amount of memory it can store. All these things coming to a data definition language. And the another one is DML, data manipulation language. As the name suggests, data manipulation means how we can manipulate the data. If I want to any update in the data, so how can I update that data which is already stored in the database, how can I access the information. So all these things coming into a DML. So basically we are doing these things with theoretical as well as practical in the lab sections. So in the lab section we will dealing about the DBMS and we are going with the Oracle database. So this is all about the second unit. And next is unit third. Unit third is the system development. We can say system development life cycle, SDLC. How we can develop a system, what are the procedures to developing system, what are the protocols, what are the method, what are the models which we have used to develop the system. So basically all these things coming into us unit third, SDLC, system development life cycle. There are so many models which we are study about in about SDLC in this unit. One is waterfall model, as the name suggests, as a waterfall हो रहा है. Basically, as the models names, waterfall model, iterative model, spiral model, prototype model. All these are the models which we have studied about in this lecture, in this third unit later. So this is for the system development. They are basically they are giving us a step-by-step procedure. So we have to maintain one step, second step, third step, fourth step to develop our system. So for developing our system, we are going with the SDLC models. So if I am using waterfall model, that is a basic model. If I am using iterative model, that is an advanced model of waterfall model. If I am using a spiral model, that is a pro advanced model of a spiral iterative model. And prototype model, that is also advanced model. So all these models are used to develop a software development lifecycle. Next is system analysis, design and implementation. After developing a model, we have to analyze the system, whether it is working properly or not. Designing the design which I want, it is designed properly in that manner or not in that manner, and implementation. After designing, there will be testing, and after testing, there will be implementation. Implementation like that. If I want to implement in an organization, it will doing properly working or not. So all these things coming into a implementation parts. So all the things which we are related to the software development, sorry, system development, we will study about in unit third. Next is about unit fourth. Unit fourth of the types of information system. How many types of information system we have used in an organization? This is about this. Transaction processing system, as the name suggests, transaction processing system means we are using transaction system for our organization. If there will be any banking transaction, any things that we are doing with the financial things, that we are coming to a transaction processing system. Expert system is basically for decision making properties. If I want to make a decision on anything, so we have to deal with the expert system, on which there are some expert from that field. They are basically working on that field in a very critical manner. So on the basis of their views and their reviews, our system will define in a path and decision. So this will coming into a expert system. Decision support system, basically for any information, if I want to gather a, if I have an information and I want to take a decision about that, so that's it coming to a decision support system. The experts of that decision support system will tell us whether this decision will be right or wrong. Executive information system, all the information related to the manager's things is in the executive information system. Knowledge management system, everything about a company. If I want to know about anything for my company, what is the organization doing, what are the basic things which our organization is dealing with, all these things coming into a knowledge management system. Next is the recent development in field of information technology. What are the developments which helps us to improve our MIS, management information system? We are talking about all these things, and what are the impact of IT on the systems. Basically, if there is a no information system, so what is the impact of that situation? If there is an information system, so what is the impact of that? So basically we were talking about all the things which we are about information system in unit 4, types of information system. So in the unit first, we will thoroughly about the introduction of the MIS. What is MIS, definition, scope, objectives, uses, types of MIS. In the second unit, we will go about all the database. What is the database? How can we create a database? how database is very useful to us instead of file system. What are the language which we can use in database? What are the data models, ER diagrams? All these things coming into a unit second part. In the unit third part, we will go to the system development life cycle. How can we develop the system with the help of models? What are the models? Which models is suitable for our system development? All these things coming into a SGLC part, that is unit 4, unit 3rd, and in unit 4th we will discuss about the types of information system. What are the information system types in transaction information system, expert system, decision support system, knowledge management system, executive information system. All these things, and we will discuss about all these things in unit 4th. And what are the developments in IT, fields of IT. We will discuss about all these things in unit 3rd. So this is whole about our subject. We will we will talk about all these things in the in like in this subject. So thanks for the day. Thank you.